Guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to use two pieces of software. One is Erase US Data Recovery. It's basically a data recovery software for like SD cards, external hard drives, thumb drives, whatever the case might be. Let's say you accidentally deleted a file. Even on your own Windows computer, you could do this with. And then the second program is for utility. That's called Eraser. Now, what a eraser does is you have the capabilities to select a certain partition of your computer. Maybe you plug in a thumb drive, and let's say you want to give that thumb drive to your friend because you don't want to use it anymore. This will completely do a DoD wipe, and what that means is just a DoD standard that the government usually uses, or any kind of security company that does writes ones and zeros to that partition or thumb drive, and then that data is now unrecoverable. So this is a good example to use on an SD card for a camera. Let's say you want to sell like a GoPro camera or a Canon camera, and you just want to wipe the SD card because you want to include the SD card. You will open up Eraser and then select the drive and then schedule that task to run because this could take a couple hours depending on how many gigs is that drive or how many terabytes that external hard drive is. So let's do a scenario. Let's say I have a camera that I want to sell on Letgo or Craigslist or whatever, eBay, and I want to include the SD card, but I don't want them to see my photos. And I simply go in there and delete all the files and everything, right? And then it looks like this. This folder's empty. There's nothing there, and you don't see any of those photos. But what you don't realize, even if you format this, even if I go back and I right click on the drive and do format, that doesn't matter. I can still recover any of those files back. And I can show you how to do that. So this is the F drive, and this is a 64 gig micro SD card that I took from my GoPro camera. I took some photos, and then I deleted those photos once I put the SD card in. Let's say I want to recover those back. So you can use this utility. They do have a free trial. But I think to recover like raw data or a broken partition or something like that, you have to pay the paid version. But the paid version is not that expensive. I think it's about $60 for the year, so it's very reasonable. We do have the paid version, so I'm gonna go ahead and open this program up, and we're gonna select our drives. So as it pops up, you're going to see all the hard drives are attached to the computer, and you can see USB, which is my USB to SD adapter. So that's why it says USB there, and you can see my C drive, D drive, and then I have a terabyte drive as well. So we're going to go ahead and hit scan, and what that's going to do is going to scan for deleted files, and then it's going to do a deep scan for any files that were deleted a long time ago, maybe, or maybe you did a format and it'll be in that advanced area. So I'm gonna go ahead, and since I already did this scan, because it can take up to 30 minutes, but to make this process faster, I already did the scan and then saved the session. So I'm gonna go ahead and load the session that I just did. So I'm gonna go ahead and load session. But if you didn't do this, go ahead and just hit that scan button here to go ahead and start your scan. But since I already did this, I'm gonna go ahead and load that session. We're gonna go in that session. So you can see it already scanned. You can see the loaded scan session was successfully. You can see that when I did the scan, there's 1,200 files. So it just is not recovering the files I deleted, but maybe 3 or 4 months ago, or maybe a couple years ago, I had some files on there that I deleted, and it's going to recover anything that has been overwritten. So let's go ahead and see in our quick scan what we have here. So you can see these are the 4 files. When you have a GoPro camera, it creates these 4 files. And just like any camera, it usually creates a couple folders, and usually the photos are in DCIM, and you can see another GoPro folder, and you can see here's all of our GoPro files. So now I can literally select, looks like these are 2 video files, and let's say I want that file back, and now I can hit recover, and then let's just select my desktop, so you can see it recovered those 3 files. So now I just recovered files that I deleted. So that's how easy it is to recover any kind of file off an SD card or thumb drive or an external hard drive that easy. I mean, this program is very easy to use. Anyone can just dive in there and use it. So now that's the deleted file section. Now when it says lost files and things like that, because that means they were deleted maybe a couple years ago, and maybe some files were overwritten. So that's why you can go in here and you can go and like see this is a lost partition. So at one time it was formatted, and you can go in here and maybe these were different files. So you can just kind of go in here and like the raw files is a good area too. Sometimes you can find some JPEG files as well. But sometimes you have to just go into these folders in the advanced scan section to find some more things. But this is a very easy utility to use to recover any of your files from SD cards. Now let's say you don't want this to happen. Now let's say, you know, hey, I want to give that SD card or a thumb drive to somebody and you don't want them to be able to do what I just did. To do that, so we're going to go ahead and close out of here. And we're going to use this eraser utility. So go ahead and open that up. Then we're going to go down here and we're going to start a new task. Go to add data because we want to select that partition, and we're going to do drive/partition and erase method. This is very important. You want to select USDOD unless you want something else, but it's 3 passes. That's more than enough. And then go to settings, and we're going to want to select that hard disk 3 or 64 gig thumb drive, which comes out to 59 gigs. So we're going to go ahead and select that, hit OK. And we're going to run it right now and hit OK. So basically what it's doing right now is it's going to be writing ones and zeros to that micro SD card, and it's going to completely erase all the data off it. You can give it to any computer forensic analyst, and they can plug it in and try to do all the recovery methods they can do, but they would not be able to recover any of that data because it's already been rewritten over with ones and zeros, and it's basically unrecoverable. So there you have it, you guys. That's how you can use these 2 utilities, how you can recover deleted files maybe off a thumb drive or SD card, and this is how you can also make sure your data is really secure. If you give that SD card or thumb drive or external hard drive to somebody else, you know that data is completely erased and they won't be able to recover any data at all. And this is very important because I've seen a lot of people sell cameras, and I've been able to recover photos off SD cards from friends that deleted it and they thought it was gone forever, and I was able to use this utility. And obviously there's more advanced utilities like Xways, FTK. There's other forensics, more advanced software out there, but I found this software very easy to use, that anybody can just, you don't need to be a computer expert, and you can just open it up and recover data and delete data completely and not have to hire someone to do that with. So hope this was helpful for you guys. Thanks.